Hello everyone, you're listening to the Red Leaf Retrocast, where we strive to find, analyze, discuss and review entertainment pieces from the recent past in our questionable sense of humor, always delivering the best content with the best quality so we can keep being your place to learn, remember and relive the past to the present.
And welcome to episode 51 of the Red Leaf Retrocast Anime Edition, titled Stainless Night. Yes, it's a hentai cast, the long-awaited second hentai cast. I am your host, JD, joined here with two amazing hosts. They're back for more. Tori, you're back.
I am indeed back. I couldn't miss out on this amazing hentai cast here. A little bit of a shame because it was supposed to be alright. It was supposed to be our 50th episode, but, you know, Cowboy Bebop and the whole second anniversary and whatnot. So, 51. Good enough. Close enough.
51, I just cracked open a nice beverage of the alcoholic nature.
You sure did. I'm kind enough to do that before we start recording, you see, but somebody just, nah.
Nah, that's good for the audio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure you crack that in. Make sure you crack that in post.
Clack. Hold on. Yes, as you're saying. Okay, nice.
Just crack.
And that is the
audio
lovely
post.
voice of our favorite Brazilian host, Hickey.
Hi, hello.
You made it.
I made it. I'm alive. I survived my very random trip. I did.
Fantastic.
Well, tell us. I have a couple stories I'd like to tell, but why don't you tell us about your amazing random trip?
Sure. So, I started working in a law firm. And the owner said, after 2 weeks working there, she said, "Oh, we are having a party on the countryside. You should come." And I was like, "Oh, but I have the hentai cash to do." Of course, I didn't say that.
I have to talk about porn.
Yeah, but I was like, I have another thing to do at Saturday. I don't know if I should go. And you know, I ignored it. But then I was kind of forced to go, and they never told me who would, you know, get me a ride to the place because one, I don't know where it is. Two, I don't have a car. And people were like, "What do you at Friday at work?" I was like, I don't know if I go because I don't know if anyone will take me. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? It was already decided. I was like, it was? No one told me. So yeah, great beginning of the trip. No one told me who was...
Excellent communication.
Yeah, no one...
What are you talking about? That was decided weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
How come no one told the guy that has to go?
Exactly. No one told me. And I was like, oh, all right. So I guess I'll just wait on Saturday and go. So that's what I did. And I went with jeans, jean shoes, a t-shirt, and a long-sleeve shirt because, you know, I thought it would be a little cold because it's up the mountains and we are technically in the winter.
Cold.
And people were like, "Oh, are you going like only with that? You're gonna feel cold." I was like, "No, it's fine. Like we're not staying there, so if we come back at, you know, close to night in the evening, it won't be that cold. I won't need anything else." So we went and we arrived there, and I realized everyone had pillows and other things,
Uh-oh.
And I was like, I think these people are sleeping here. And
they are prepared to get way smashed.
yeah. And then I realized no one told me we were sleeping there. So
more excellent communication.
I was there with only the clothing I was using, and we were expecting 10 Celsius degrees at night. So I was like, I'm a little bit fucked. Regardless, doesn't really matter. They found me a place to sleep, and I start drinking, and I drank until like 2 a.m. Then I slept for 2 hours, and now I'm here.
Well, you did make it in the end. And that's what matters. And you're
Part
still
of
drunk.
Me. Yeah, I'm spacing out right now. I just want to sleep so hard and dream of a stainless night. Never mind.
Well, I got a couple good stories for you guys.
All right.
One's a good event, one's a bad event. Should I start with the good or the bad?
That's up to you.
Okay, I'll go with the bad. So Friday after golf, Friday after work is becoming golf day, right? And finish the 9 holes, had a couple beverages, and walking out of the clubhouse, I proceed to see a car from Connecticut crack the back left of my car. So it was a nice little hit and run, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, that's a horrible way to start the weekend. So I'm really pissed off. Call the cops, and he sees the Canadian license plates. I'm like, oh boy. But he doesn't care. He goes, is there a camera here? And I go, I don't know if there's a CCTV here or anything. The clubhouse does have it in the parking lot, but it's so old and worthless, you can barely even tell it's a car.
Nice.
So I'm like, well, this is going to do me no good. Call my insurance company yesterday, and they are going to try to do what they can, but without any clear evidence. Nothing's probably going to ever get done. And luckily, I was able to wipe off most of the damage. It hit the bumper, and I gotta say, the way this Volkswagen car that I have is designed, like, this is the second time it's been hit with another car in some form or fashion, and there's no damage except a little paint scrape. Mm-hmm. So, that it's bad news, but yet I'm trying to see the good light of it. And then, the good light, yeah. So... that's the bad part, because nobody likes getting hit by a car, right, Hickey?
Yes, it is painful, to say the least. But
it's low on everybody's priority list, I imagine. Yeah.
The good part is that you confirm that German technology is the best in the world. A JoJo reference. Yeah, I did it.
And the second news is at work, which I've been kind of joking about for the past couple weeks. So we've had like 3 people 2 people randomly just quit. They just stopped showing up to work. And another person got fired. So in order to replace said people, this company loves hiring temp workers. And of course, none of them speak English.
Yep. That sounds about right.
So at first, it was nothing but 3 girls from Cape Verde, Africa. And they all speak Portuguese. Your neck of the woods, Hickey.
Yeah, because I live in Africa. Yes.
Exactly. The Mexican from Africa.
The Mexican from Africa that speaks Portuguese. So none of them speak English. One of them kind of does. So here I am learning some basic Portuguese words like good morning and how are you and can you get this and warehouse and all these
and she didn't even ask me. Made me very sad.
Well, bom dia has become like the normal good morning now. So then this week two of the Cape Verde girls went back to their usual department. We kept one, so then we got two more. And both of these people are also from different countries. One's from Puerto Rico, I think, but she doesn't speak English for some reason, even though English is pretty common in Puerto Rico. I guess it's how she was raised. And the other is from another African country. I can't remember right now, but she speaks French.
Argelia?
What?
Argelia. Argelia speaks French?
It's one of those tiny northwest countries in Africa. But anyways, so she's speaking French, and I know a little bit, so I'm just like, yeah, je parle un peu français, and then that's when the girl that's from Cape Verde goes, in French, oh, I'm a French teacher, part-time. I'm like, what? We've been working together for a week. I know more French than Portuguese. This is worthless to me now.
All the knowledge I've gained, it's useless.
All this knowledge I've gained is just nonsense from here on. So now the joke is, whenever my boss comes and the boss of their department comes, everyone speaks their respective language, and I'm speaking German, and we're all talking to each other in different languages, just to mess with upper management for putting us into this situation where nobody speaks the same language. The closest one is French. And this is in Rhode Island, by the way, which makes no sense in itself.
At least you're
That's kind
having
of the
fun.
It does make for some interesting hand gestures in trying to get across language. Google Translator, everyone's busting out their phones just trying to show the Google Translator. It's like, okay.
Man, fuck that. I would have left the moment somebody fucking pulled out Google Translate. If somebody would have had to try to fucking translate something to Norwegian for me and then, like, to talk to me and they would bust out Google Translate, I would have just fucking left there immediately.
But Tori,
like, nah.
you speak English.
I do, thankfully.
That doesn't mean he won't just leave. I don't know the
I don't
correlation
care.
of him leaving and speaking English. It's like,
If
I can speak English, people pulls Google Translate still.
People, I talk to you, JD, and you pull Google Translate on me, and I would fucking just like, no, fuck you, I'm never talking to you again.
Just leaves.
Yeah, nah. Google Translate.
That's what's been going on with work. That's work for me. So it's been an interesting couple weeks. So I got hit by a car and not speaking English in America at work.
Yeah, who needs it?
Yeah, who needs language?
That's right.
It's not like we can communicate any other way. I don't know how to read or write. Shut up.
Man.
So what are we talking about here today, Tori?
What are we talking about today? You're asking me what we're talking about today. Well, today we're talking about my movie quest, as we always do. However, this is my final movie quest.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. It's been 8 months, and I finally finished it. It's been a ride, but yeah, no, it had to come to an end. I'm not going to review any single movie this time, mostly because I only watched like 4, and I don't really have any strong opinions on either of them. So, yeah, but we will go through my top 10 favorite movies, non-Lupin movies at least, for this quest as well after. So,
yes, because we're big Lupin fans, and we're going to save your favorite Lupin movies for the Lupin cast that's coming up in a month.
Yep. Where it will be more appropriate.
It will be.
That's right. So yeah, I don't know if you have a drop you want to play before I get into this, or...
Sure, yeah, I could totally do that. Do you have any suggestion of which one you want to hear today?
Not even a single one. You play whatever.
Alright, One Piece it is.
I want to live! Take me with you! Take me away from here!
There we go.
One Piece goes so well with porn. Oh.
Exactly.
Well, that particular one is, I guess, quite appropriate.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Alright. So, since last time, like I said, I watched 4 movies. I watched Penguin Highway. I watched Mirai no Mirai. I watched Lupin the Third Goodbye Partner. And I watched Grisaya Phantom Trigger. So, that rounds up everything up to 2019, and we are now done.
And how many movies did you watch on this quest?
I watched...
It had to be well over 50, right?
Well over 50. It's over 100, JD.
There
It's,
you go. Okay, well over 100, right?
Yeah, it is over. I don't have the exact number. I'm not going to fucking count it out here. But yeah, no, it is well over 100. Like I said, I've been going for 8 months, and I watched a movie. Like, I watched a new movie like 5 or 6 days every single day, almost, for 8 months. With a few times where I had to watch stuff for the podcast, obviously. But yeah, other than that, I watched almost a movie every single day for 8 months. So,
are you including any movies that we've covered on the podcast?
What do you mean?
Like Akira?
Oh no! I'm only doing movies that I did on my own quest.
Okay.
So
just to be clear.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the movies and my top 10, the Top Scholars' top 10 favorite anime movies.
All right, yeah, good content.
However, they will not be ranked.
They're 10 porn movies, right?
Oh my god! Why did you think of that and laugh to yourself? You sick fuck.
Because
you can keep going. I just wanted to pull that out of my chest.
All right, so. None of these will be ranked. I'm not going to go worst to best or best to worst. I put these together real quick before we start recording, so they're not in order.
But yeah, you did bust it down into 10.
I did bust it out into 10.
Okay.
So the 10 movies that I did enjoy most on my quest were Barefoot Gen, the World War II movie about the nuke. Memories, the little 3-piece short movie thing. That was really fantastic. Jinro, more Violet Red Riding Hood. Mind Game, the absolutely insane movie by Masaki Uwasa. Steam Boy, the movie by Katsuro Otomo, the same guy who made Akira. So Akira didn't make it, but his other movie did. Amayuki Wolf Children, Hosoda, arguably the greatest movie.
Right.
Garden of Words, a Shinkai short movie, real good. Girls on Panzer, der Film.
Yes, Girls on Panzer made the list. Oh,
I know, right? Incredible.
I mean,
I finally got around to watching that.
The animation is very good. The animation is very good.
Yes, it is. I like Girls on Panzer. I wasn't expecting to like the movie as much as I did, but hey, it was a lot of fun.
The movie's great. What are you talking about?
Hey, man, yeah, but so people say that about the series as well. And I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like super big on it. But anyways, also Giovanni's Island, obviously, because I fucking love that movie. And what do you mean? You were here when I praised the shit out of it.
I know you did. You made your top 10.
And last but not least, the Kisu Monogatari movies.
Kizu. Alright. So, Barefoot Gen, Memories, Jinro, Mind Game, Steam Boy, Wolf Children, Garden of Words, Girls und Panzer, der Film, Giovanni's Island, and Kizu Monogatari movies. Okay.
Yes.
So Memories made it despite the non-Satoshi Kon ones being because it's split into 3 parts, separate stories. I'm kind of shocked that one made it.
I don't see why you would be. Like I said, I didn't like the whole I forget what it's called.
Stink Bomb,
that's the one. I didn't like that one, but the other two I really enjoyed. Obviously, Magnetic Rose being the best, and then Cannon Fodder being more, like I said, more interesting, like film-wise, more film technique-wise, but it's still pretty good. So overall, I ended up giving the entire thing like an 8. So it's like if Stink Bomb would have been better, it would easily have been a 9 or maybe even a 10.
Right.
Like it's depending, right? So it's like that's kind of what I weighed up. It's like, does Stink Bomb by itself ruin it enough that I wouldn't include it? And the answer to that was no. So I instead ended up dropping stuff like Totoro, because I really do like Totoro. But I'm not sure if I like it more than I like Memories.
Ah.
Right, but it's like, I ended up, like, I had like 15 movies there.
That's a strong opinion you have there.
I know, right? Like, I had like 15 movies on this list. And obviously I had to cut 5 of them, so... You know, if you were to ask me again on another day, this list might have looked a little bit different, but for now, I feel happy with this.
No Ghibli movies.
No Ghibli movies. No, not at all. Most of them I don't particularly like that much. I had 2 Ghibli movies in here in the like last 15. That was Totoro, and it was 3. Sorry, Totoro. Only Yesterday, and what's it called?
House Moving Castle? No,
not House Moving Castle. Why am I forgetting it? Princess Kaguya. That's the one. Those were the 3 that I had in. None of them made the cut because I hate Ghibli. No.
Well, you got
Miyazaki hate me, so I hate him as well.
That's right.
Yeah, no Miyazaki movies, but you do have like every other of the big directors. You have Takahata, Hosoda,
Yeah.
Kon. You have all those other guys, but no Miyazaki.
That's right. Because Miyazaki is not that good.
Oh, come on. Now.
I'm serious. I don't like Miyazaki's movies all that much. I think he's a good I think he's a good visionary. I like his ideas. I don't like his execution. I also think that his Lupin movie is one of the worst ones.
You take that back.
Nope.
Girls in Panzer make this list, but no Miyazaki Lupin.
Hey, hold on. Girls in Panzer is very fun. The animation is very good, especially when it comes to the movement. And, the characters' movement, mostly, because the things are CG. Good CG. Not so good CG. Okay, I'll give that to someone.
It's cut CG, but the idea of the whole like first person shot with the CG and what they like the whole like movable environment and how it's all like a pre-rendered stage that like reacts to what they do. I like that. It's it's a nice idea.
For the body language of the characters, very good.
Yes.
We learned that some of the body language of Girls and Panzers were influenced by Stainless Night as we were preparing for the cast. I don't know how I feel about that, but Girls and Panzers is very good, JD. You should watch it, especially for the animation and the history and the tanks. Mostly the tanks. The tanks are very nice.
JD, you're gonna love drifting tanks.
Drifting tanks are cool. Just saying.
I'd rather watch more Initial D.
I would not.
Well, I think out of all the 10 movies you have listed here, the one that I haven't seen that I'd like to see, especially after how much you've praised it, is Giovanni's Island. Because that's when it comes to making a quest, which I try to get people to do. Fill in those gaps and movies or TV shows you've been wanting to watch for a long time, and perhaps you come across something that is more or less unknown, or at least to the masses, and Giovanni's Island is the big standout for me on this list.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think it would be right to call, like, it's pretty unknown in regards to, like, a lot of anime fans, sadly. It has, like I said, it is a celebrated movie in a lot of ways. It has won awards, including like a Grand Award it won in a movie, like a Future Film Festival in Italy. So it's not unknown in that regard, but it's more critically acclaimed than it is, popular.
Sure, yeah. Hickey,
Yes.
out of the 10 movies that Tori listed, anything stand out to you?
I still need to watch Memories. He talks so good. Like, he talks so much about that. And, how he just defended it when he faced it with Ghibli movies. Yeah, I should really give it a try. Also, Giovanni Island and rewatch Girls and Panzer.
Of course. I was just expecting you to go right to Girls and Panzer.
I think what else I appreciate about this top 10 list you made, Tori, is they're all very different movies.
Yes.
You got because I thought with the way your quest was going, you were gonna have more kind of World War II type movies on there. But Barefoot Again, I think was a good just watch this one kind of situation.
Oh yeah, no, like I mean. Honestly, I did not even attempt to have a lot of World War II movies. It just kind of happened. Mm-hmm. The way I just constructed this quest was there was a lot of movies that I knew about but hadn't watched, as well as had a lot of movies on my plan to watch list that I was planning to get to. So I just kind of threw them all in there to get to it. And I mean, it's kind of one of those things that I've always prided myself on when it comes to watching anime. Like, I like to watch a lot of different stuff. I don't get sucked into like, oh, I'm in like an action phase now, so I watch a shit ton of action movies, or now I feel some romance, so I watch a shit ton of romance movies. I always watch a decent chunk of like everything. Romance, drama, action, World War II. Stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, it just happens, I guess.
Alright. Shall we move on? Nice quick today. Nice. We're going at a nice quick pace.
Sure are.
Yes.
Got to keep JD from drinking on the cast too much, right?
That is definitely true. Unless we want to go for 4 hours again.
It was under 4 hours. You fool.
Not the recording.
All right. I will play this drop. We'll move on then. We here at the Red Leaf Retrocast love getting down and dirty into your favorite old school anime.
I'm just looking forward to finally getting to see this and hopefully getting my lesbian demons. That's really all I want.
That's all anyone wants in life is demons banging in front of your eyes.
Well, listen, JD, this is a TV show. It's meant to air on TV. It's not hentai.
Well, you just talked about a hentai and now I'm in the mood.
Too bad. Watch a hentai. Just watch a hentai while you record a podcast.
Feeling. Oh, God.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta go to the restroom for a minute.
Just as long as you don't hump your microphone, we're fine.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Hickey. Thanks for that.
Is that frowned upon in the podcast world?
I think so.
No, but like it's just that meaty sound, just like we don't want that.
Hickey, I don't need this picture in my head. Please.
Anime always seems to take us to weird places. This is the Red Leaf Retrocast, found on all your favorite podcasting outlets. I hope you enjoy. And now back to the show. Yes. Thank you, Kenshiro. I played the Fist of the North Star drop.
Okay.
For you guys, so you know where I'm coming from.
Well, that one is way closer to the porn we're about to talk about than One Piece, that's for sure. I just want to say, it is not my fault, it is Tori's fault. And yeah.
What?
Yeah, it is your fault. Because I was going to make it like, we're just gonna review a nice love story, and now we're reviewing. I believe it's still a love story. It classifies as a love story, right? One of them do. One of them.
One of them, I guess, yeah.
Alright, okay, nice.
Alright. This is JD and Hickey's Manga Manhwa Checkout, a segment where each episode we highlight a manga, manhwa, or webtoon.
Or in this case, a hentai.
In this case, a hentai manga.
Doujinshi.
Dojin, yeah. This is our 11th checkout. It's over the hentai manga Glory of Vice. How do you pronounce this in Japanese?
Akutoku no Sakai.
Ah, thank you. It is a manga written and illustrated by Oyster. Interesting name. Released in 2006, and it's only one volume, 150 something chapters. Or pages, my bad. It's like 6 chapters or something. Anyways. Summary. Here we go. And I wrote this one because no website had an actual summary that I could find in 2 seconds. Shocking. A trio of stories. One is about parents in debt and basically sell their daughter to pay it off to this obsessed pervert guy. One is about another one is about a girl that judo throws a dude stalking her friend. This causes the dude to later jump her, and in the name of God will cleanse the filthy girl with his own white liquid, and then murder her. The third story is, I guess, about 2 sisters, and one of the sisters has a grotesque and large penis, aka futanari. So.
Look, Oyster is a good guy. Not really. Not really. I don't know why he's still alive. If I had the type of, thoughts he has, but the weird shit he draws, I would have probably necked myself a long time ago. But
I don't know, man.
He's still
it's
alive.
Funny
and
you
kicking.
mentioned about necking yourself, because
that is. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that wasn't intended.
So
I would just bust my balls and neck myself. Is that better?
Yeah. Well. So speaking of necking yourself, story 1 is definitely the most fucked up, and the longest out of the 3. The dude. So upon buying this girl, and what are they in junior high school?
She's like,
what was this girl?
She's like 13. I think.
Okay, so junior high. She's got she's very underage. It's kind of fucked up. She so we see this dude
Everyone
immediately.
Is underage. It's very fucked up. What do you
well,
mean?
yeah,
well,
everyone's
before
underage.
you start, just a little note in the title. It is actually the same title as a 1988 Japanese movie. It's a cult classic.
Yes, and you can find it on Amazon quite cheap, as I discovered.
Yes, and it talks about like this noble guy who wants to impress some people, and because of that, he wants to reenact some of the things Marcus the Sade, where the name sadism come from, did, and he hires a bunch of prostitutes, murderers, and thieves, so they can, rape themselves and then kill themselves, and he forces people to like rape his wife as he watches, or else he will kill them. It is a very interesting movie. It's a horror and thriller movie. So going from that makes sense why we're seeing this here, because this is pure sadism. It's not fun. It's not arousing. It is just
no. I did not enjoy reading this.
Evil. I've read every single one of him, so I'm kind of a fan. But this one, especially the first one, is just evil.
So I was wondering if I was gonna pop a boner during any of this when I was reading this, and
even if you do,
in fact, I got more flaccid.
Yeah, even if you do, there's one point where the punchline comes on these stories, and it's just like your penis just goes like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I guess no.
It's like, no, this isn't doing it for me. Nuh-uh. So the first story, upon this daughter getting bought because the parents are in debt, this guy embarks on turning her into a sex slave, enlarging her nipples and clitoris specifically, while also injecting a fluid that converts pain to pleasure. So there's that sadism you were talking about.
Yeah.
And it gets better. Oh yeah. The mom gambles all the loan money away at a pachinko parlor and eventually becomes a tortured sex slave as well. The father, for some reason, gets to go to said place. He witnesses what's become of the 2 women of his life, and he necks himself accordingly.
Yeah. No, they go to their house. It's worse. They actually go to the family's house. Because
I thought he was asked to go over there.
No, if I'm not mistaken, they go there because the mother's is missing, so the guys go there, or he goes with his son, and then the guy just busts the son's balls and like fucks his sister on top of him as he screams in pain because his balls have been just popped and it's just bleeding everywhere. It is.
Yeah,
it is
the guy. Yeah, the guy stomps on it pretty hard, and he's like, "Oh, is that blood? That's a shame. His testes got to be hurting." What? Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Some people
But
like that.
look, oyster drawings look very good. Just saying. Probably
Welcome to
not the
Guro.
good type you're looking for, but they still look quite good. It's yeah. It is the reason why gore looks so good and vanilla looks bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta please people somehow. So if you're gonna draw some grotesque shit, you gotta make sure that looks great.
Jesus. It's like, wow, this story's fucked up, but damn, look at the details on
Oh yeah.
from the thigh up.
Oh hell yeah. No, like I mean, if you see someone like that's like Guro manga or Guro dojins and whatnot, like the intricate detail. Yeah,
really
the
good,
intricate detail they put into everything. Even it doesn't even just necessarily have to be like what's happening. Even just backgrounds and shit. They're fucking meticulous.
Yeah, I mean, this one has really good backgrounds, now that you say that. Unfortunately, most of the time, there's either someone, like some little kid getting raped, or someone killing themselves. But the backgrounds are still very beautiful.
Well, anyways.
In-depth analysis of a Guro manga.
the mom gambling away all the loan money. It was just like, this isn't going to end well for her. Nope.
Yeah, no, thank you. Were you expecting a happy ending, JT?
Yeah.
Story 2.
In the first story, it's like, oh, they deserve this. And then by the end, it's like, I made a mistake. They don't deserve this at all. I'm so sorry.
Well, the girl didn't deserve any of that.
Yeah, I know. The family. And the mother, you're like, haha,
just like,
they
oh,
deserve
you're just gonna go over here and like tutor this girl, and it'll be okay. Ah, we lied. You're gonna be a sex slave. All right. So story 2 is much more tame. It's almost like
it's
the
much
beginning
more
of
tame. A guy kills a girl in the name of God after.
Look, at least I could put something like, oh, this could be I mean, it was much more detailed than anything, but it's like the start of a lot of horror movies or horror TV shows.
Yeah, well,
mysteries.
I mean, it's this one, especially because of the name. I could have get other things from Moisa. There are more. They are all like that. They are all very horror-esque. They're not like horror-esque in the sense of Guro, where people just go around killing people, opening their bellies, taking the intestine and fucking the intestines. It's not like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's some fucked up shit. Like, have you seen like a reverse blowjob when someone chops some person's head off and fucks the hole in the neck? There's some really fucked up shit, but Oyster doesn't do those kind of things. When he does, it's very subtle, except when someone has its balls busted.
Well,
but
I don't know, that made me grab my nuts. I'm like, oh man, okay, mine are okay.
Yeah, like that one is the boner killer. It's like, oh no, empathy hits right in the spot. But it's really more in the sense of a thriller than it is from a horror movie. Every story, except the last one, but the first two, they are more of a thriller side point of view than it is from a horror point of view. Of course, it has stories that are more closer to horror, as I said about the breeding grounds. That is one of his stories. Jigoku, what is the name? Shoujo Jigoku, or like Girls' Hell. It's an anthology he did. It is also very close to horror. But yeah, I'm defending the guy because I like him for some reason. We can move on.
So this the second story, I actually felt... So the first story, I felt uncomfortable the whole time and sorry for all the people involved at the end of it. Well, not the two guys, but you get what I'm saying. The second one, I actually felt fear because, again, it felt like the start of what a horror movie would be. So this girl gets jumped, and it was really the dialogue that was making me feel creeped out and worried for this girl, because she's thinking, I gotta find every way to escape, as one would. She's trying to scream, and meanwhile this guy is just, I have to cleanse you and your filthy ways and your filthy mouth and your filthy fluids are corrupted. You know, it felt like a dude that's he's way long gone in the mind, right? And then by the end of it, because he's gonna murder her at the end, he's saying like, I'm going to kill you. And then at the end he has this like revelation, no, I need to continue doing this and then I'll kill her more later.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing by the end of this is like when they're getting to the abandoned house, and like the last thing in this story is hell is something we make up.
Right.
Yeah, it's like hell is not afterlife. Hell is not, something spiritual. Hell is something we make up. So that is an interesting one, and I guess it really summarizes this story.
Right, yeah. And then story 3 was very straightforward and just uncomfortable, I guess, because one sister it's about 2 sisters, right?
I love this.
Or was it 2 friends?
Please keep going. I just love hearing about something. No, every time I ask someone to read a oyster manga, they just decline. So I'm kind of happy that I can share this with someone.
Oh, good, and our hundreds of listeners out there. Well, I'm sure for this episode, our tens of listeners. So I took this as 2 sisters. One, I guess, got a penis implanted because there's the line that says, "Oh, it's like fluid and pearls made this really grotesque looking penis on her." And then the sister's like infatuated with it. She just wants it, right? And she, as far as I could tell, gets like this split personality while she sees the D and gets the D. And like she's grabbing it. The one with the penis is like, no, you're gonna get addicted to this, I guess, and is worried that it's too big and it's gonna break her in half. And then
kind of this. There's a little bit of blood.
Yeah, because she like pops the pearl from inside, but pearls are. I don't know if that was a mistranslation because pearls are hard calcinated round objects from oysters, no less.
Hey, it all makes sense now.
They don't pop. So, like, what were they then? Did they just call them pearls and they were something else that I just don't understand? I don't know. I was a little lost on that.
I think it was actually the opening of a womb that popped and it started bleeding because it was.
Oh, well.
I mean, it is the most vanilla out of the 3, and I just said that. All right.
Yeah. And then after they're done, the one that like had the split personality moment, she's like, "Oh, what happened?" Like, she doesn't remember, I guess. And then it just ends, and that's the end of the 3 stories. And all I thought upon reading it was, well, that was fucked up. I didn't get a boner. And now I kind of don't have sexual urges since I finished reading it.
Such a prude, JD.
Yeah.
Such a prude.
So the gore achieved its only goal. That is making you feel bad.
I think I discovered what I'm not into, for sure. This is one thing I'm definitely not into.
Yeah, no. This one is just evil. This story is just evil. I mean,
next, Asanagi's victim girls.
Girls.
I could do Asanagi. It passed in my mind, but I was like, nah. Everyone reads Asanagi and has him like this.
Yep.
Standard of people getting brainwashed and brave. Look at my penis dick being hard. But I was like, yeah, no, that is not even close to the real thing. And I think Oyster is a good way to start. We still have something like Eroguru, the anthology magazine that you can buy in, I guess, department stores in Japan. But
yeah.
So
Eroguru is a legitimate form of art.
But look, Asanagi makes good things. Let's just point that. He's way more tamed than Oyster, that's for sure.
So Hickey, if I were to ask you which one of those 3 stories you like the most, which one would it be?
I'll reserve my right to not answer.
No.
Hickey!
The second one, definitely the second one.
Okay.
The third one is just like way
Good
too
save.
vanilla, and the first one is just evil, just way too evil. So I can get behind some really weird code that goes around raping little kids. Scratch that.
I didn't say that.
Wait, did I say that?
I'm a lawyer.
Shut up, Tori.
And this is all Tori's fault because we're doing a nice, relaxed romance, missionary position sex for a manga because we're reviewing Stainless Night, and Tori's like, no, we need to go deep and hard.
we need to go deeper, harder.
Are you and fucked up in the head? And I was like, are you reading this as well? I was like, nope. So yeah.
Well, in my defense, I had exams.
Oh, so you can just open it now and start reading until the end of the podcast.
I could. Sure. I'm not going to, but I could.
Oh, come on. It's something
listen,
everyone needs to to go through in
I don't
life.
think it's something anyone needs to read.
Listen, Hickey, I would have picked a more fucked up hentai for you if I could. The only problem is that I don't really know that many fucked up old hentai. A lot of the fucked up hentai I know, they're too modern.
I would pick up a more fucked up hentai for you, but the problem is you are the one recommending them to me.
That is also true.
Okay, well, with that, let's move on. Let's jam.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hey, alright. How appropriate, I guess. We are reviewing Stainless Night, released in December of 1995. Yes, it is a hentai. It's only 2 episodes. It spans about 50 minutes, I guess.
Right around there.
Yeah, lot 10 minutes of credits. Original creators Elf Corporation, and Tori, you were doing some research prior to the cat. Oh yeah, it's Father's Day here in America, by the way.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Yeah,
Father's
right. Oh boy.
I mean, please don't do what the father did in the first story of the hentai we just said, and
Well,
then you are a
I don't
good
know,
father. Done.
If we were to choose between the 2 days, Father's or Mother's Day, to record this one on, I think Father's Day is the more tame one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Tori, you were doing research. What did you find with whom were behind this?
Well, what I did look at was the animation director. Animation director is Yuriko Chiba. She is one of the founders of Oriental Light and Magic, a studio who's done stuff like, was it?
Pokemon?
They didn't. No, they did not do Pokemon. That was. Yes, they did. Of course they did. Right.
Berserk?
Yeah. Correct.
I know OLM.
Yeah, no, for some reason that escaped me. You're absolutely right. Yes, they do. And she has, of course, been a part of stuff like Berserk and Pokemon, animating it, as well as Code Geass, Girls on Panzer, Gunsmith Cats, Junketsu no Maria, Inuyasha, basically, Maisen Nikoku, a whole lot of stuff. She is quite the track record.
That explains why the animation in this was actually pretty good.
Yep. Also, we have another animator, Keiichi Sakai, actually, who has been a part of stuff like the Oh My Goddess movie, I'll Know a Zero, Bakano, Beelzebub, and Bleach, among other things. And
Damn, gotta get that shonen element.
That's right. And the original creator behind this is Elf Corporation, who also is the original creator behind something that airs this season, which, hold on as I grab the title.
Has a huge fucking name and no one cares
It
about
does have a huge... No, I do care, and I'm going to say it is called Kono yo no hate de koi wo utau shoujo yuno. Or just
Congratulations.
for sure. Yeah, or just for short.
Or just for sure.
Yep. No, that is actually what it's called.
All right. So for the record, Hickey and I watched this together.
You did,
Hey,
because you decided to fucking watch it together, like in the middle of the night, my time.
Well, I mean, sure you could, Tori, but you watched this, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Summary from my anime list of all places. After 10 years of dormancy, Linnea awakes from a capsule in the countryside of Japan. How nice, right, guys? Without any memories, of course she does, she wanders into a small research center. Research center? I thought it was like a cabin in the woods.
It was a research center? I mean, there was a lot of research things in there.
It seemed to me like they said that it was owned by that like fucking robotics company or whatever the fuck that computer girl worked for. So I guess, but it was a cabin in the woods. That's not.
Yeah, all right. So in this cabin of the woods, there's 3. The summary from Mouse is beautiful women. Sure. One of the researchers, Sayako, is entranced by the strange woman and leaves her present lover. So that's the other science girl. Sayako takes Linnea to bed and finds that her abilities are beyond that of an ordinary woman.
Oh, that is true.
Well,
I mean, yes.
Yes, she's a robot. She vibrates.
Oh my god, Hickey just said that the robot is a vibrator.
It also has it sparks electricity in bed, one might say.
Yeah, and she can work as a taser because every time they had sex, the other woman just faints. And she's actually a very powerful military grade EMP that for I don't know. Look, there's something really wrong with this one, okay? Let's just cut the bullshit and say she has a dick. When she uses the dick...
Yes, she has the capabilities to please both sexes.
Yeah, when she uses the dick, she unleashes a military grade EMP that fries any electronic in a radio of like 2 kilometers. Why? I don't know, but the scientist who made her, called Dr. Zen, thought that was a very good idea.
Of course it is. Dude, imagine all that. You just have this robot have sex and then all of a sudden, bam, blackout. Also, you forgot the most important thing. She's also a maid. Because of course
she is. Yes, of course she is. She voluntarily dresses up in a sexy maid outfit.
That's right.
So... I will say this: not a lot of sex in this porn.
No. It could be called. It would be better if it was called just the birch woods mystery.
Cabin in the birch trees.
Cabin in the birch trees, because every time there's something really fucked up happens, and they are always in the birch tree woods.
All right, so I have some awesome notes I put in this agenda. Plot and setting. I suppose this is the precursor world of Chobits where androids are normal, quote unquote. You know, everyone knows about them, right?
Yeah.
They're normal in this world. Because there's no explanation, but the characters talk, as which we have seen and been through 20 episodes already.
Well, I mean, for a porn, it has a really good tell no show kind of story, so it doesn't bother me, you know, because it's not like they just mention it and go around it. The way they make it seems very natural, how they act. It's really a nice tell no show that we actually sometimes criticize more than anime for not doing so much.
I guess you're onto something there, but I don't know. I wasn't too much of a fan of we're supposed to assume that all of these things they talk about are just...
What are you talking about?
Right, exactly. We have all these questions, they just go, oh, by the way, robots are just normal in this place. 10 years ago? Nah, that technology was... That was crazy.
Yeah, no, but it's none of that. I just love the fucking, conjecture the fucking characters pull. Whenever it's just I appreciate that the characters can think for themselves and like piece the situation together based on the information they got. Like when the whole other robot comes to fucking take Linear. Like I appreciate that they can piece basic information together into a theory. But I do also have to wonder where the fuck they got a lot of that information from, because while there's a lot of things we've seen, there's technically a lot of things they haven't seen, but they still for some reason know. It's just like, so because of this and that and that should assume that they're coming for you. And probably it's because of that chip that's ingrained in you. And that chip is probably incredibly powerful, based on the fact that you can fry electronics. First of all, the only thing you can pull that from is because you had sex with her and there was a blackout. But okay, technically you had 2 blackouts, and the other time it was not her. So why you were still so intent on it being her? That makes no sense. But fine, whatever. You're not wrong. It just doesn't seem to me like this is something you should be so adamant about already, based on the lack of information you have. But all right, so I just think it's funny seeing them piece everything together with limited information.
What do they call that technique? Because South Park started making fun of it, of all the mystery shows where they just start piecing words together and then they get to the answer. It's like mayonnaise. Well, mayonnaise is white. White. That's the color of snow. Snow. It's cold outside. Cold. That's the color of, or that's the feel of steel when it's ambient temperature outside. Steel. That's what androids are made of. Android. That's what she is.
I don't know, but I mean, it's a fucking, that is a typical, Agatha Christie type of thing. It's it must have been this, because of this. And when that happened, it was this. And that happened at this time, meaning that you were not there. You would have had time to go from there to there, meaning that by every point of evidence we have, it suggests that you were, in fact, the killer, which means you were not the killer. It was actually the chef. You did it. And then the chef goes, how did you know? No, I will not go down. I will not be arrested.
You guys just realized you summarized 3 games of Danganronpa so far, right? Yes. This is
hey man, Agatha Christie is Agatha Christie is a very popular writer. Of course.
I really got a kick out of Sayaka's in the birch trees, and she finds this just woman lay against one, and she just looks at her and goes, "Oh, android." How did you know? She looks normal to me.
JD,
she has a trunk
the
over
thing in her forehead.
head.
The thing in her fucking forehead. That's not normal.
That could be anything in this world.
I mean, JD,
it could also mean it's an android.
Look, JD, the joke here is that Tori recommended this to us as a Yuri manga. Turns out Tori doesn't know the difference between a woman with and without a penis. Not if something is not if a triangle in a forehead is normal or not. It is not normal.
Well,
in my defense, I did not know that there was a futanari in this one. I hadn't seen it before. I'd only seen one scene, and that was a lesbian scene. Okay,
talking about the scenes, the hand gestures.
All right, so there's 4 hentai scenes in this. There's the opening one. The science chick and the main character Sayaka have a nice little lesbian fingering scene.
That's what else.
Yep. 2. Other robot chick rapes and beats the annoying character Aki, also before Aki humps the birch tree. Humps a birch tree.
I love that scene so much. Yeah. She's just going at it, and the dog's just there, watching.
Yeah, the dog's just kind of hanging out, watching this happen. It's like, dude, I know. I love humping things too.
Yeah, the dog is watching every single fucking scene.
The dog is us.
The dog was the real MVP of this.
3, Linnea can't control her robot urges and has sex with Sayaka, missionary style, and she also has a penis due to science.
Yep, science is incredible.
Science is the thing. And then the 4th and last sex scene is sex with more positions than just missionary.
Finally.
So, finally, right? Little breaking out of the vanilla shell.
Oh yeah. Look. We might die today. There's a powerful robot coming to us. We need to stay alert. 1 minute, start having sex. 10 minutes of a sex scene. I'm like, god damn. Why?
That's how you stay alert, Hickey.
That's how,
You're
yeah.
so alert over your surroundings when you have sex.
Yeah, of
Would
course.
you know?
Yeah, you
And
got to
then
keep that adrenaline pumping through your veins.
I like that when it ends, they're just like hugging each other and sleeping. I'm like, oh, come on. Can our best girl just comes in and kill them already so I can go on with my life? Please?
No.
So while that scene is going on, our science chick and Aki, because Aki was beaten and strung up on a birch tree
By her hands. It's
by
fine.
her hands, yeah. After the dog had just been punted by this other robot chick that's after them. So they're off in this old jalopy, right? This old jalopy car, which, by the way, in the very first scene, they're criticizing because the car's old, right?
Well-
It's like, no, we're going to the cabin in the woods. This is perfect for this
Yeah.
this stuff. And turns out to be their own downfall because one of the car's wheels gets shot out by the robot girl, and they crash. You guessed it, into a birch tree head first. Presumably, they all die. Both of them do.
No. They didn't die.
Their eyes were open, were they not? And they were just there.
No, they
No,
they
they were
passed
close.
out, but like the only survival doesn't give doesn't give a shit, doesn't know about their situation. As far as she knows, they are just going to a hospital, so they might as well just be dead.
Yeah, but they're not dead. We never saw them die. The android specifically said that she would come back for them after. Now she will never get to do that, obviously, because she got fried, but hey.
All right, I missed that line because I was
They
too
are
busy
dead,
thinking the
Tori.
airbags didn't deploy, they didn't
They
have
are
seatbelts
dead.
on, they're
the
fucking
birch
dead.
tree is made and claimed another lie.
I refuse to believe it. They must be alive. Someone should go look for them.
Yeah.
Uh,
So back to the whole Linnea's science superpowers. Did they really explain what this quote unquote complete chip even does?
no.
The EMP, no?
It's just a
They-
big
they
EMP
never-
wave.
Yeah, I guess so. All you see is fucking electricity and fucking look like they get struck by lightning and hey, they short circuit.
Yeah, they showed even in the laboratory where like she's having sex and people like just looking, just two robots having sex, and then every single robot in the room just fries and start licking white shit from the eyes and mouth. And I remember we were watching, I was just like, this looks like a really, really cool job to have. Like you just make robot girls and then put them to fuck until they fry. Looks
And now
really
you
cool.
understand why Hickey likes oyster.
Look, that scene was really cool. That scene was really well made.
I agree.
Now, another sex scene. That was the fifth sex scene.
Yeah, but it's short.
Oh, you're right. That would be number 5, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It's short,
but the
it's
scene is
fine.
very nice. The robots, like
I mean,
the
you had
robots
this
flying.
hot blonde robot on top of our girl Linnea.
Yeah, but like the other ones with the dead eyes, and then when they fry, like they start shaking and things. Really, really nice. Really, really well made. There's a lot of well made scenes in this.
Dude,
Like I said.
the animation of the hands going up
And
and
the
down
thongs.
and twitching and the fluid motion, that was very specifically animated all the time.
Dude, as far as hentai go, like just the whole visual and animation of this is like top tier hentai animation. This is like it's up there.
This is
It is
top-tier
up there.
hentai.
No, I'm serious. It is up there. Normally, you just get repeated motion. You might have some things that are kind of well animated, but they're like repeat motions all the time. And they use that same scene. Thank you, JD. They use that same scene
problem.
like over and over and over again. Not really the case here. There is some repeat animation, but generally speaking, it's nice. It was a nice looking anime.
Yep.
It was a
And
nice
also,
looking hentai.
you see 1995.
Hey, hentai is anime too.
I
Yes.
guess.
You see 1995, most of the hentai has the character design, which is very good, by the way. The character design of Stainless Knight. But you realize that this is the Chokawa, or as we call it nowadays, the Moe style. In 1995,
It is
that
very
will-
moe, isn't it?
And when you go, it's like, it's something I always omitted when I say that, but hentai sells a lot. And so the guys making normal anime look at it and say, well, shit, that thing sells a lot. And also, it's probably the beginning of the otaku culture in the 70s. Still, all around the porn, but...
So,
yeah.
An anime we covered in the past, on this cast, also came out in 1995, called Slayers. I would argue, easily, that the animation in Stainless Night is better than Slayers.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even close. Slayers is a fucking mess when it comes to repeat animations, and it's not even good repeat animation. It's generally still shots that they repeat, which is even fucking worse. Slayers is... fuck you. Slayers is trash.
Then again, what they did animate here is what they needed to animate, because where your eyes were focused is what was being animated.
Your hands were focusing on other things.
My hands were not focused where you think they were, Hickey.
My hands were busy.
What do you mean? I was there in the voice chat.
So, best ending ever, by the way, guys. It's gonna go down as legendary with me in anime.
God, like, this is probably one of the best endings I ever saw in an anime. Like, this is not even a hentai.
So ridiculous.
It's more like a very crappy anime with some sex scenes, honestly. Because like we look at the director, the people who worked doing key art, the music, the composer and music director. They are all very good people nowadays. I guess even for that time, they were probably very good. And you look at it, you see a very well character design anime with a interesting background plot. Not very well made, but it's still very interesting. You just go like the first part, which is the first episode. You just go a little bit, what the fuck? Why a porn has so much story on it? But yeah, it looks way more like a crappy anime than a porn per se. And then you have that ending. That is...
So, the ending goes like this. Precursor is we see the two girls crash the car into a birch tree. Our fourth scene where the birch tree came into play. Linnea is running away from the raven-haired robot girl. And I guess we never explained who she was exactly, but she is from like the organization that wants to capture.
Yeah, she's a sex android made into a sex slave weaponized android.
Sure.
That is also has the best character design and is definitely best girl. Because
we never did get a sex scene with her. Yeah, but like, we got an implied sex scene
because her design was very good.
Yeah, I quite liked her as well. Yeah, but she's got a knife in one arm and a gun in the other, Cobra style, right?
Well, her gun lacks a little bit in terms of Cobra.
It lacks the same punch.
Yeah, it lacks a little bit of the psychic power thing, but yeah.
So we have Linnea running away, you guessed it, into the birch trees, into a river that's within the birch trees, little stream. Raven-hair girl's chasing after. Dog also in tow, right? Dog is also chasing. Totally fine after being punted like a football. And then you have Sayaka, whom I guess is just waking up after being EMP'd after her orgasm.
Being tased?
Yeah, she was tasered upon getting the good time. So... they meet in the stream. Raven-haired robot attempts to stab Linnea, breaking, I guess, this amnesia band. It was a band that's blocking out her memories of who Dr. Zen is. Breaks it off, you get a little flashback, and then the dog starts barking and bites, I guess, the arm of the raven-haired girl. The raven-haired girl proceeds to stab the dog in the body and holds the arm up with the knife still in the dog and then chucks it back down on the stream. And this causes Linnea to activate her little EMP wave because it's also activated upon stress.
Yeah.
But this doesn't kill the other robot. It only knocks her out. So that is some inconsistencies here with the evil EMP wave that she has.
She didn't try to kill her. It's fine,
right.
I guess.
And she didn't.
Yeah, she only kills robots when she orgasms.
Yeah, not when she has to.
Okay. Well, okay, all right. I stand corrected. You're right, guys. It only kills upon orgasm. So
it's a great design flaw, really.
This looks. That sounded like a title of a very awesome heavy metal like music. It only kills upon orgasm.
Alright, so it's more.
So Sayaka finally catches up. She sees her dog, presumably dead in the stream. The robot that's been after them also knocked out, and Linnea is just kind of half naked in the stream. And Linnea gets up. She goes, "I'm gonna go find my master, my creator." Sayaka then picks up her dead dog, holds it in her arms, and with a happy smile asks Linnea if she will ever see her again. Big smile, big high-octane voice. "Will I ever see you again?" And then it just goes cut. Show ends.
Nah, she said master. Yeah, or yes, master. And then,
I am very happy that dude, the dog is just poor dog. The dog is just dead, and Sayaka is just holding the dog, and Linear's like,
I know.
I'm so happy I found you. I fell in love with you. I was like, why are you saying that? The dog is dead.
It's such a fucking bad. It's just like, oh, the dog died. Yeah, whatever. But like Sayaka, Linear though, like, can I see you again? I'm just like, bitch, your dog's dead. I don't actually know if it's your dog, but still.
When you put it all together, one of your friends was beaten half to death and strung up on a tree, in which your ex-lover is taking her to the hospital, and your dog is dead in your arms, and you're just like, but robot, will I get to fuck you again?
All in all, today was a good day, as Ice Cube would say.
Happy ending. Just a very Mamoru Hosoda ending. Just like,
well, that would have been. Didn't die.
That would have been something. Stainless Night, directed by Mamoru Hosoda.
And you don't even need to change the ending. It would just be the ending he would do. You know that. Just like, I know. In the end, this was a very.
Well, I don't know. I think a Hosoda one would be like, "No, I am a robot and you are a human. It'll never work out."
No,
well,
yeah.
she would convince her that
the robot
would
proceeds to transform into a dog and fuck her.
Whoa.
Look, that was
You've been
a
reading
reference
too much Oyster lately.
No, that was a reference to Hosoda. Fuck you.
I know.
That was Yuki and
but still.
Yuki, children of the wolf. Okay, that was a reference. Come on, and you know there's a fucking bestiality scene.
Children
in that
of the
movie.
Wolf. Is that the Wolf Children hentai?
Wow.
Doesn't matter. I'm very tired and I drank a lot.
Yeah.
Excuses.
All right, boys. Now the main question. Would you have liked to see more porn in this?
As always, when that is a hentai, yes. Of course I would.
Yeah, I needed the raven-haired chick. I needed a sex scene from her.
I did. I need something that's not as boring. Like, for as much as I love lesbians, lesbian sex and lesbian hentai is generally really fucking boring, and this is no exception. The
Are you saying you would rather have a giant, hard, pulsating penis?
Not just by itself, no.
Sir, can I introduce you to the word of our love and Savior Oyster? You might be interested.
Yes, you can. But that's the thing, right? I don't like I don't like vanilla. I don't like Yuri. I do like Yuri, but I don't like boring. I don't like boring shit. And the problem is like the sex scenes. Apart from that last one with Linnea and Sayaka, it's pretty boring.
It was soft core, man.
Yeah. It's like I'm just saying.
Vanilla. The vanilla
I feel
facts.
like
I saw harder stuff at midnight in Germany when I was 17.
I know,
right
right?
on
It's
TV.
Like, it's like I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting. It's like you might as well making this like a 2-episode OVA like hentai series. You could have made this a fucking 12-episode regular series.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a crappy anime than it is a actual hentai. Just feels like a hentai. Like doesn't feel like a hentai. Feels like a crappy normal OVA series with some sex scenes. Whatever. We see that a lot. We don't call them a hentai, maybe because we see like a little bit of more things, and then you have like the hand gestures and some nipple licking. It's called a hentai, but
Oh yes, the nipple licking, yeah.
you also have some nipple rubbing.
Oh yeah.
Nipple on nipple action.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, we needed Raven Girl. And more people humping birch trees.
I don't know. Nothing good ever happened going within the birch trees.
Yeah, I mean, but like the humping scene, I wish she climax at least because it will be more funny. It will be funnier if she just climax, and then as she was like there moaning because for some reason you need to do that every single time in a hentai. Raven Girl just
that would have been
comes
really
in.
funny if the raven-haired chick showed up and she's like, "Could you bother me in 10 more minutes?"
Excuse me, can't you see I'm busy? Sorry.
Busy here against my new boyfriend Birch.
Sorry, I'll come back in 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I'll come beat you down later. Say hello to Birch for me.
See, now you're reminding me of something. Now, for some reason, the moment you said that, mostly because I'm now drawing the fucking connection between like OLM and this. So now all of a sudden, my mind immediately just went to another hentai that I've seen that I don't remember the name of, but that is a fucking Pokemon parody.
Uh-oh. I think I know what you're talking about.
They're all, don't worry, there's no monsters. They're all, well, I was about to say humans. They're not humans, they're demons, but they're not animals. They're humanoid, but they do
Humanoid
train. They're humanoid, but they do train each other.
Train each other. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So I already went through all the sexual training I need reading Oyster Part 1 there.
Oh, that's what you think.
Okay. All right. Final scores, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah. Nice short episode today.
Man, an hour.
Hickey, why don't you go first?
I'll give this show a 4 android skilled upon orgasm out of 10.
Oh boy.
The music's good. The art style is good. The art of this is like the selling point. Also the character design, the art, the background art, the art style, the cameras for some reason also very good, exceptly in the sex scenes, which is contradictory. But still, you have a story.
Contradictory, yeah.
You have a story no one cares about because it's a porn. You have
you're not wrong.
Yeah, you have some telepathy going on, and then it's not fun enough because usually, like when Tori knows that because we watched some hentai just for shits and jiggles, and I started laughing my ass off. I start crying because I think it's very hilarious. This one is boring, except the ending and some tree humping. So yeah, a 4 out of 10. I think it's a good score. I still like the music and art style.
Hickey the Dendrophile.
All right, I'll go next.
All right.
I'm not gonna be as nice. Wanted more sex. That's what I came here for. There was not enough of that. The best chick in the show did not have a sex scene. I did like the character designs, and I liked the animation. So that's 2 points in my book. 2 out of 10.
Damn. You guys are harsh. See, here's the thing.
Okay,
How the
tell me
fuck-
the thing.
How the fuck do you rate a hentai? Dude, because the thing is, I can't rate this. Like, I can't score it.
Sure,
I
you
can't,
can.
No, I can.
Do
but like,
you see yourself masturbating to this later? If
Katie,
you
you-
do, then it's a successful hentai.
Katie, let me finish. I can't rate
Okay.
this like I would your normal story. I can't because that's not what this is. So I have to rate it based on what it's trying to do. It's trying to turn you on. It's trying to make you jerk off. Did it do that? Did it do a good job at that? No.
No.
It's the sex
My
scene,
dick
sir.
was only halfway through full erection. So
You
no.
hear that? Hickey was half chub watching this. That is not
That
good. He
was-
didn't even
that was a
get to a
joke.
full birch.
You know what? That is admirable of you. That is admirable of you. I don't even think I got there. But
No, it was just a
It's-
joke. I was just laughing and making
It
jokes
was
for JD
not.
because oh my god.
it was not like as a hentai. I would say that this kind of fails. Now, like I said, I do think that this could have been made into a 12-episode series, legitimately. And maybe it would have been okay. Who knows? But as such, it is not. It is a 2-episode OVA that, while hilarious at times, is still relatively boring. And as such, I have to, for all the things, I would rate this as like top quality hentai when it comes to animation, when it comes to art. I would put it up there because this is above, like in terms of production value, this is above your normal standards. But again, it fails at its most basic thing. So I guess I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. Just a reminder, this was also before it was made in a hentai in 1995. It was published as a story in a magazine in 1994. I don't remember the name of the magazine.
Okay.
But yeah, so like you still have, I think it's like 12 chapters. So might have something more interesting, but I believe it will be like the story you don't care about because it is a porn. But yeah.
All right. So low scores all around. I don't think we've rated a show this low in a long time.
Well, I mean,
I
I
mean,
rated it
it's
as a
a
crappy
hentai.
anime, so a 4 is a good. A 4 is good. A good score.
I think Gunslinger Girls was the last one that got a low score. Yes.
And I blame you guys then. That is clearly your guys' fault.
All right. So, this has been the Red Leaf Retrocast. If you want to go check out a nice conglomeration anime podcast, go check out Anime Radicals. I plan on recording an episode later today with those guys over E3, video game conference that just occurred. And then if you are, speaking of video games, if you're into retro gaming, whether it be streaming, watching streams, hanging out with other people that love retro gaming, then head on over to the formerly known as Retro Twitch, now Arcade Game Room, where all the members of Retro Twitch have migrated towards. So if you want to get an invite to Arcade Game Room, just hit me up at BowlingJD, Red Leaf Retrocast, on Twitter. And everyone else's Twitter handles and contacts if you want to leave any questions for the podcast or suggestions of anime you'd like us to cover. The email and Twitter handles are in the description of each episode. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Goodbye.